Alright, I think we're about to get started here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing this live. This is Game 7. If you don't want spoilers, go back now. This is going to be epic, and I'm doing this live, and my roommates are sleeping, so I can't talk very loudly, so I'm doing another whisper commentary. This is going to be, yes, you see it right there. I have been waiting for this all night. FlaSh versus Jaedong. We are seeing a rematch of the MSL Finals right now in the Pro League, in the Winners League, and I have been waiting for this to happen all night. I've been watching the whole Winners League series, and I knew this was going to happen. I knew that at some point or another, FlaSh was going to have to face Jaedong, and we are seeing it here right now in Game 7 of the matchup. KT, I believe, took the first game, then Oz took a couple games, and then KT took a couple games, and of course at that point, up 3-2, with KT up 3-2, Jaedong had to go in, played a ZVZ, of course he won, and then it was 3-3, and who else is KT going to send out but FlaSh? So here we are, Game 7! Game 7! Oh my god, I'm so excited, especially because this is going to be such a great game to watch, because the finals, the MSL Finals were such a flop. I mean, Jaedong ended up winning 3-1, but it was such an inconclusive series because there was the whole controversy over the fact that Jaedong, the power went out and they gave the game to Jaedong for Game 3. And it's pretty obvious that Jaedong probably would have won that game, but, it's possible FlaSh could have gotten back in, so, who knows. Anyways, Jaedong is doing a little bit of a drone scout here. Now, this is the first game. This is the same match point that we saw the first game of the MSL Finals was on this map. So these guys already have a bit of history on this map, and in that match, FlaSh just kind of did his normal 1-ax into CC, and Jaedong did a normal build as well. And FlaSh just didn't have enough of a barrier, a turret barrier, and let the mutas in. The mutas just did too much damage too quickly, and FlaSh knew he was in too much trouble. Just GG to get the game over with and move on. And so here we're seeing rematch. We'll see if FlaSh can instead, and that is exactly how Hune beat FlaSh on this exact same map as well. He got both of them, just got their mutas in behind that mineral line and just used the mineral line as a blockade so that not enough Marines could get in to attack the mutalists at the same time, and just destroyed so many SCVs. It put him so far behind. So we'll see if FlaSh can, as a stupid white man is saying in the chat channel right now, let's see if he learned from his mistake. I was on the chat channel, the SCTGG chat, and he's the only other one that's on. And let's see, is he doing it? I think, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the chat. I didn't see if he put down a spawning pool yet. But this is something that Jaedong did several times. Yes, he did it. He did it a few times in the MSL Finals, where he put down 3 hatcheries before his spawning pool, and it's a really good move to do. It gets him a really good economy. It's a really smart move if you know your opponent's going to go 1-rax into command center, because he can't really do a whole lot. He can put on some pressure, and I apologize, I'm recording this live. I'm doing a screen capture commentary, and there's a little bit of lag going on the stream that I'm watching. Mad props to Miss Lord and Kentor and all those guys that stream the games for us, by the way. I'm watching this on Orange TV right now. Anyway, yeah, so Jaedong has got that drone scout on just to double check to make sure that he was doing the 1-rax in the command center, and he did it early enough that he knew he could just put down 2 hatcheries instead. And oh my gosh, it hasn't been lagging at all this whole evening. Of course, hasn't been lagging at all. And now that this is the big game, it's lagging, of course, and now I'm the little icon on my computer that displays if my wireless is working decided to blink on and off, which means my internet just chose the perfect time to hiccup. Anyway, so FlaSh is going to be able to come in here, do a little bit of damage with this one Marine, but he's probably not going to be able to do a ton of damage just because he's gotten that extra command center, so he's not going to be able to put out too many Marines. Engine eBay going up already. This is something that FlaSh does when he wants. He usually makes his eBay really, really late, just on the barely the verge of when it's absolutely necessary to get it out in time to have mutas, get turrets up in time before mutas rather, and so the fact that he's gotten that eBay down early means he's going to go for a quick +1 weapons. He's going to have +1 about the time that frick, my internet connection is hiccuping again. This is like the worst time for this, but I'm sorry. Hopefully it clears up before the action happens, because this is so exciting. Like I said, the MSL Finals, Jaedong won, but it was still, in my opinion, a little bit inconclusive, because, as I said, that Game 3 kind of got called by Kespa. that was pretty much Jaedong's game. But then in game 4, it was 8 racks versus Overpool, and it's basically was just a build order hard counter, just an accidental easy win by Jaedong, and so it wasn't really a true test of their skill. Um, so yeah, it's oh, I'm sorry, my mouse has been in the picture this whole time too. Um, typing. Anyway, so yeah, we got Aspire going down. FlaSh actually moving out with several Marines already. What is he doing? Maybe he wanted to save that SCV, so he sent out the Marines to kind of kill off that Ling. But as the Lings retreated, he's just going to retreat his Marines back. He does not want to get hit by a Ling run by or something like that. Run by and kill his Marines or kill SCVs or anything like that. He's got to be very careful. His Academy is almost up. So he's going to be able to get out some medics here pretty quick. And his turrets, he's obviously going to be able to get turrets in time as well. But Jaedong is just, look at this. He's made like a few Zerglings, like maybe 4 Zerglings or something like that. And he's got all drones. And he went 3 hatcheries before his spawning pool. So he is such a huge, massive economy right now. He's got a huge economy. And FlaSh has a pretty good economy as well, but I think Jaedong's is just even a little bit better. FlaSh is going to have to, and then we got that early Evo chamber as well, by the way, which means that Jaedong is probably going to be going for basically one of the builds that he did during the MSL Finals, where he got very early Evo chamber and got this huge, massive economy. Basically, this is the MSL Finals. This is the 5th game of the MSL Finals because Jaedong is they're both doing exactly the same builds that they did during the finals. Jaedong going for this massive econ build and then into an early Evo chamber is going to get +1 carapace very early, and then he'll have a good upgrade. Good upgrades going into mid game. It's especially good for Jaedong, especially considering that FlaSh has gone for that +1 weapons very early, and so he's going to be able to counter that by getting +1 carapace very early. And why did he cancel one of his Sunken colonies? I don't know why he canceled the colony. He's got a bunch of Zerglings. He needed another colony there. He must have thought that FlaSh was going to fall back. Maybe he figured he has enough Zerglings there. There's only 2 medics. He doesn't. I don't think he quite has enough Zerglings to deal with this. Maybe he's just betting on the fact that maybe that's what it was. Is he needed he figured it'd be better to get an extra muta rather than that colony, so he canceled it just to get a little bit extra minerals to get that colony that extra last muta. I may have been short of minerals there or something. But FlaSh looks like he's actually going to fall back there. He had a kind of a moment where he could have done some damage, but I think FlaSh knew as well as Jaedong that those mutas were about to pop, so he wasn't going to be able to fight it off with just 2 medics with those mutas about to pop as well. He just had that moment where he could have theoretically, I guess maybe that, Jaedong obviously much better. So, Jaedong going in, trying to destroy this group of medic marines rather. The fireback goes down, finally there's some Zerglings left, and Jaedong immediately moves to counter. He leaves the Ling behind. He immediately sends his Mutalisks off towards FlaSh's base without a moment, without blinking an eye, without even waiting for those last few marines to be dead. +1 weapons is now complete for those marines, so they're going to be able to do a lot more damage, and that is why they actually did a little bit better against those Lings than they should have even. Carapace is not upgraded yet. It's probably almost upgraded though, but I don't think he has air. He can't have air armor by now either. But anyway. Okay, just got +1 carapace for a Zergling, so he's just a tiny bit behind. So if they keep up their upgrades and this turns into a long game, FlaSh is going to have just a tiny bit of an upgrade advantage for just basically a few seconds between his upgrades there. And FlaSh is just rallying tons of troops here. This is kind of like, I haven't seen how many barracks he has right now. He had 4 earlier. Before in the MSL Finals, we saw him do a build a couple times where he just got 2 bases and then just built a ton of racks and just tried to finish the game off Medic Marine off 2 bases and didn't try and tech up very much at all. Eventually he teched up a little bit, but he didn't try and go for a longer game with tech and getting multiple bases and what have you. And here he comes in, Jaedong going for a little bit of a counter. FlaSh has some Zerglings back, some Marines back at the front. He needs to get some, oh, there's no Marines inside that bunker. He needs to get some Marines inside that bunker. Oh man, there's Zerglings everywhere. He doesn't even need to put them in the bunker anymore because they're already past the bunker. Jaedong sending in Zerglings in